Hollywood. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
I came for the beer and the bitches.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. Here we are, you and me, together again on the radio. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the program. We appreciate it. Just an amazing, amazing day. And I might tell you, by the way, I was watching a car chase on TV. And I can't believe what I heard. I can't believe. I was watching this car chase, and it's a U-Haul being chased by the police in Malibu. Then Port Hueneme, and then Point Mugu. So this truck is heading northbound on PCH. And one of the, I'll be polite and say, commentators on television said, well, they're coming up on the spike strip right now. You know, they put that spike strip out there. The idea of it is to, deflate your tires. You have a big blowout, and that ends the chase right there. So they put a spike strip out. And they announced on TV, well, she's about to hit this. The spike strip is coming. She's about to hit it. And so, I don't know, she must be listening to one of the radio stations that was simulcasting this information. I mean, holy, talk about all you need to know. Here's all she needed to know. The spike strip was right across the highway, and she drove to the other side of the road. She was looking for the spike strip, and she managed to evade the spike strip by crossing the center divider, going the wrong way on Pacific Coast Highway, until she got past the spike strip, then got back on and continued going north. Now, why in the world did somebody go on the air and say the spike strip is coming up? Are you kidding me? Weren't they supposed to keep that stuff secret? I mean, these trucks have radios, you know. People can turn on the radio, and somebody's going to announce that. Jesus. So now, instead of the car chase being over, or the truck chase in this case, it continues. Here's the U-Haul in Camarillo now. Heading north on PCH. I mean, it's got to run out of gas at some point in time, but how stupid can somebody be to go on the air and say, well, they can put out the spike strip now. They're getting ready for the spikes. Here comes the spikes. She's about to hit it any minute now. And she drove around it. Perhaps you do that stuff and you keep it secret. Was that a good idea? Do we have any police officers listening to me right now? Is that a good idea? You put out it's a car chase. We see these on TV in Southern California all the time. It's dangerous to begin with. And we've had quite a day here in L.A. today because this morning at about 5 o'clock, some moron got onto the Santa Monica freeway and drove the wrong way and crashed into two cars, killing people. So here they are chasing this U-Haul up Pacific Coast Highway. And the cops are doing their thing. They're following the truck. And suddenly, somewhere around Point Hueneme or Point Mugu, they announce on TV, they say, hey, the truck is getting close to the spike strip. And sure enough, the truck just avoided the spike strip. Am I wrong? I mean, shouldn't that stuff be kept to yourself? Like, all right, you're the police department. You put out the spike strip. Why do reporters know about this? Now, if the reporters have seen it, wouldn't it be a good idea if they shut their yaps? Just shut up about that? It's dangerous enough out there today. Holy cow. Look, there it goes again, crossing the median, now going the wrong way again. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Oh, that's a replay of what happened earlier. That stuff always confused me on TV. How many times you turn a ball game And you say, was this guy have 4 home runs today? No, they just keep showing the same home run over and over. But seriously speaking, we're big supporters of, we are big supporters of police officers. We're big supporters of police departments. We are big supporters of the guys who lay their lives out for us. Big supporters. And I can't believe that the police department was being helped here, or the California Highway Patrol. I don't believe they were being helped at all by somebody going on TV and announcing this. Now, we have an officer on the phone here. Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Good, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Well, the reason why these people do this...
Let's get it straight. The reason the big mouths on TV announced where the spike strip is that
the reason the morons tell the suspects this is because they want the chase to continue.
Do you really think that's the reason?
Hey, once the chase is over, the news is off, right?
Well, that's certainly true.
So,
I mean, that's a pretty serious allegation against the news media.
Well, why else would they say it?
Well, again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't know the reason. And by the way, who knows? I've always been suspicious of these car chases and the involvement of the news media. I've always been suspicious.
Yeah, there's not really any need for them to be on the news anyway. I mean, this is a serious matter that should be televised after the fact, if at all. That's
the other thing. It doesn't really make any sense to be broadcasting these chases. It makes sense for helicopters to follow them, and it makes sense for people to be keeping tabs on the whereabouts of these vehicles. But to broadcast this stuff live, I don't think the TV stations are doing you guys any favors.
Definitely not. And then you get the instances in, like, L.A. where there's huge amounts of people that come out and cheer and get in the way, and just not a good situation at all.
I have to believe you're probably right about that, Sean. Have you seen the car chase we're talking about here?
I saw it on the news, a clip of it before I left work, but...
Yeah, I mean, literally, the truck drove to the other side of the Pacific Coast Highway to avoid a spike strip. It was driving in the wrong direction. It drove right over the center median.
Yeah, there's a chance that the person just maybe saw the CHP officer, but, I mean, who knows, and it definitely should not have been said on the news anyway.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks, Tom.
Sean, thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Just amazing stuff. I had to comment on that because I think it was just plain stupid. Randy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Professor, thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I work in law enforcement, and I've only been doing it 20 years, so just a beginner.
Uh-huh.
And every time we don't tell the media stuff, they think we're hiding it. And they will broadcast everything we do, and they zoom in. I mean, some of the news stations now are not zooming in on barricaded suspects because they don't want to give away our position. Gee, thank you. I'd like to go home today. You know?
I'm amazed at what they show sometimes. And you know what? You remember that time the guy was he was on the Cloverleaf between the Harbor Freeway and the Century Freeway. And it was on live television on 2 TV stations at least. And they're showing the guy out there, and he was apparently desperate for some reason. And I heard the reporter saying, he's going to the trunk of his car. What is that, a broom? What is that he's got there? Turned out he had a gun, and they had a close-up of the guy blowing his own head up. It was in the middle of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on TV when the kids were watching. And the TV stations all promised, oh, no, we'll never do that again. We're very, very sorry, and we'll never show close-ups again. And now they're doing it again.
Well, they don't have the beautiful delay you have for people who use bad words. And you guys do it right. They don't.
I mean, the point is there any point in showing a car chase on television? Does that do law enforcement any good? Does that help you at all?
Sometimes it does help us if we've quit pursuing and the car is still driving away, because if it gets too dangerous, we will stop chasing them. So the news media and our helicopter will follow them. But
What I'm talking about is not so much the helicopter following. I'm sure that does help you. What I'm concerned about is showing it live on television. For example, the helicopter could follow along, and when the chase comes to its conclusion, they could show highlights of the chase.
Yeah, but they do it for ratings.
Well, I know they do. But what I'm saying, when I asked you if it was helping you, does the live broadcast of that help you? I understand the helicopter helps you. I understand the fact that the helicopter pilot is following the action helps you. But does putting it on television help you?
Not at all. And I'm sorry I misunderstood that one.
No, that's okay. I wanted to get that straight. Because, this is really antagonizing, and I'm especially sensitive to this because I woke up at 5 a.m. and I turned on the radio, and the first thing I heard today was the moron who drove the wrong way on the Santa Monica freeway and collided with 2 cars and killed at least 2 people. And so already I was thinking about that all day, and now I'm seeing this moron in afternoon rush hour traffic driving a U-Haul. It's a woman, by the way. That's not neither here nor there, but the point is it's not something you see very often. So, of course, the TV news people are fixating on the fact there's a woman driving a U-Haul and she's being chased.
Yeah, and all it does is give the other idiots who want to run, oh, look, I get to be on the news.
It's outrageous. I would hope that the TV stations would want someone like this to be caught. And I don't think they're helping you catch people by announcing the whereabouts of the truck and announcing the whereabouts of the spike strips. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, no, they're killing us. I mean, they're killing our tactics, so we can't stop these people before they kill someone else.
Unbelievable. Randy, thank you very much. I appreciate the call.
Will you blow me up, Professor?
You know I will, Randy. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. I have to talk about this because I'm watching this car chase on TV, and I'm wondering myself, how is this helping the police, showing this on television? I know it helps ratings, and we've said many times on the air how much we like watching these things. You like watching them. I like watching them. But if the goal is to try to catch this person, is showing a live car chase on TV helping the police do their job?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. With shorter commercial breaks, less commercials, and more of your telephone calls at 1-800-5800-TOM. More topics, more variety of topics, everything you've asked for, everything you put on your Christmas list, we gave it to you. So now use it. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. We're talking about here in Los Angeles, actually now it's in Oxnard, but it's been going on for some time. There's a woman driving a U-Haul being pursued by police. And earlier, during the commentating they do on television during these chases, somebody said, oh, she's about to hit the spike strip. It's coming up here. And I have to imagine that also appeared on a radio station or something. And sure enough, she avoided the spike strip by driving to the other side of the road, opposing traffic. Just amazing. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Come on. Why do we even show these chases live on TV? I know ratings. But do the TV stations really want to catch people? They really want the police to catch people who commit these crimes? I mean, yeah, they want ratings, but don't they have any concern about what it's like when you have to walk out the door of the TV station? By the way, she just got out of the truck and now she's running. Running on foot. Trying to get into people's cars. Oh, my God, look at that. She's about to get caught. They got her. They brought her down. We do love watching it, but come on. It doesn't belong on television. It doesn't. It's Morgan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
Doing okay.
Hey, I had to actually agree with you. It's pretty ridiculous that they do broadcast this stuff. I was actually commenting before I left my house that it's pretty funny she could tune into traffic radio in the area and find out what, everything that's going on with her own chase. But even more ridiculous, they could have stopped it much, much earlier, you know, before it got actually into an area where she actually had a chance to evade, because I myself have actually evaded police in that same area. Due to the canyons, it is very easy to do because there are areas that police will not chase you. You know, it is very dangerous up in the area, you know, very windy. There is a lot of foliage in the area. I mean, it's Malibu Canyons, you know. She could have cut across, you know, Mulholland, and there's all sorts of roads she could have gone down, but she didn't, you know. Thankfully, they actually caught her. I didn't know that until you actually just said it. But, I mean, it's just ridiculous that it went on as long as it did. I mean, considering that she actually got to an area where she even had a chance.
It's outrageous.
It is absolutely outrageous. I mean, really, that is all I wanted to say. You know, the fact that, you know, there are areas where you can evade police successfully. It is very ridiculous that you actually can and that they will not chase you in certain areas. I'm sure there are plenty of highway patrol officers and sheriffs that will disagree to that, but you speed by one of them and say, you know, somewhere like Stunt Canyon, they ain't going to go down that road.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's a very hairy road.
Oh, yeah. Well, even the Topanga or Las Virgenes or what have you.
Exactly, which, you know, like I said, Stunt Road is right off of, definitely. I mean, you know, there's other ones like Decker Canyon over there, which is just horrendously dangerous. You know, they will not chase you through there. It is just ridiculous. They'll get a chopper on you before anything. I mean, you know, I myself have never had that, obviously. I'd be behind bars right now, but, you know, you pass the highway patrol officer going 60 in one of those canyons, they're not going after you. They know it's stupid to go after you. Yeah. I mean, I know it's stupid myself to go that fast, but, you know, some people, that is quite a love for them, you know. But that's really all I wanted to say. Thanks for the time, and could you take me out with a bong hit?
Yes, yes, I can. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Rosie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
I just have a small comment. Basically, I was watching the news, and my husband was on the phone with me, and I told him, what freeway are you on? And he said the 10. And I had seen that she just got on the 10, and I told him he's passing La Brea, and I asked him, where are you? And he told me, I'm right about to get to Cloverfield. But he was going really slow compared to how she was going. So then she somehow got way to Cloverfield, like, really, really fast. And then I told him, you know, get off the freeway. And he wouldn't listen, but then he did. Right when he got off, she just passed him, like, a few seconds right before. So, I mean, it's not good that they're showing it on TV and everything, but it helps me in a way. It helps me to get my husband off the freeway, and well, he's safe and everything. But
is it necessary to give all the specifics? Because, you know, what if it's helping her get away?
Oh, yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, basically, it helped me, my husband, and I,
right.
You know, I was really scared because I saw him on the news literally a few seconds right after he got off on Cloverfield. She passed right next to him. So, I don't know, it was helpful for us, but I understand it's not good to show it on TV like that, especially with her almost being caught, and she wasn't caught because of the commentary person.
Outrageous stuff, and I thank you for that. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Tim on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, what's up, Tom? How you doing, buddy?
Doing okay, Tim.
Right on. First time, long time. But, yeah, dude, I don't think they should be, you know, showing this stuff real time. You know, it should be, you know, obviously delayed, you know, like the radio, because it's all, you know, it's basically treason, you know, because if you think of our cops as our first line of defense, it's like that Dilweed Geraldo when he was drawn in the sand over there in, you know, the Middle East when he was riding along with, you know, our army, you know, giving away strategic spots.
Right.
You know, if you recall, you know, it's the same exact thing as far as I'm concerned.
I agree with you. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Andrew on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, I appreciate you being a proponent of law enforcement, my man.
Well, thank you for that.
Hey, here's my thought on it. You're giving us tactics that police officers and law enforcement use, and it's not just on the news. It's in these programs that you see on TV. You know, as much as I enjoy watching Cops and, you know, this new show, U.S. Marshals, and some other shows that are on TV, you know, they give us tactics and strategies that police officers use, and as stupid as criminals are, they learn from these things, and they hone their skills, and they get better at what they're doing, and we always have to change up our tactics to keep up with what they're doing. It's really unfortunate.
I just don't see how this is helping the police. I don't get it. The helicopter pilots like to think somehow, obviously they're not in law enforcement, but somehow they like to think they're an integral part of all this, and they're one of you guys, but are they really helping you?
We have our own choppers. We've got our own, assets up there. To even think that these guys are helping law enforcement at all is ridiculous to say. And they're diming out every single move that we're making. And not necessarily, I don't necessarily think that every criminal is out there listening to the radio real time to try and figure out what we're doing. But at the same time, yeah, it's not helping. I feel like they're just trying to fill the air at the time, instead of, because they don't want to just say, oh, the police are still chasing this guy. They want to, give up our strategies and our tactics. It's amazing how stupid the press can be.
Well, I think you're right about that. I thank you for the call. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. More of your telephone calls are coming up.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. Now you hear us 6 days a week. Saturdays you hear us 2 to 6 p.m. That's every Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. And Monday through Friday from 3 to 8 p.m. as you head home on 97.1 FM Talk. And if you can't hear us on the radio, you can hear us at our website, blowmeuptom.com. Go there, click on the Listen Live button. Saturday show is yours, no matter where you are in the world. 2 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. It's our telephone number. Just saw one of those police chases on TV live here in Los Angeles. And heard some moronic, dopey commentary, essentially giving information to the enemy. Telling the enemy the spike strip was coming up, and she avoided the spike strip. Now, they did catch her anyway, but they had to go a lot more miles after that happened. Why do we even show these things live on TV? Yes, I know ratings. But can the TV stations really say that they are helping catch criminals? And as much as we can't resist that visceral urge to tune in and watch a police chase, you know how dangerous they are to the other people on the road? And frankly, the other people on the road, it's a lot of fun to watch when you're sitting home watching the other people on the road. But what about when they're you? 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Now, Frank is in Oxnard, and this chase actually went through Oxnard. Frank?
Yes, sir. Hello, Tom.
Yes,
First
sir.
time, long time.
Thank you.
Yeah, so actually, thanks to you, I got to witness the chase firsthand.
Did you really?
Yes, sir. I'm right here at, I don't know if I should disclose my location, but I'm at work right now. So I actually ran into work and threw on my TV, which I watch with bunny ears. I threw it on Channel 7, and they're saying that she's on Rice, she's turning on Gonzalez. I'm like, wow, that's right here. And then they say she's turning on Rose. So I hop up on a stand, and I look, and I can see all the cops coming, and then I see her pass right in front of me.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was pretty exciting. First time ever for me forever that happened.
Now, how do you feel about them going on TV and announcing where the spike strip is?
Well, I mean, there should be a delay, just like your radio show. If somebody comes on and says some words that they shouldn't say, there should be a delay. But, I mean, it's still entertaining. It gets people to watch the news, and it gets ratings.
Yeah, but it's not entertaining if you're in the oncoming traffic lane and there's a U-Haul coming at you.
Exactly.
That's not too entertaining.
Exactly. But, I mean, I got to see it first-time experience, so I appreciate that. If you can, Tom, can you take me out? Don't tase me, bro, style?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Thank you, sir.
Don't tase me, bro.
What did I do? Get off! You know what? Get off my bullshit! Get the off me, man! I didn't do anything! Don't tase me, bro! Don't tase me! I didn't do anything! Ow! 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 Ow!
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Victor on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
I just I want to point out a couple things here, and one is an interesting parallel to what Giraldo did back when he was reporting in Iraq. And he's basically pointing out exactly what the troops are doing. Now, one of the police officers that called earlier had mentioned when they have barricaded suspects. And when he was saying that they zoom in on what they're doing, same exact thing. They're just putting out where the officers are hiding, and sometimes they're not even behind cover. It could be just a shrub or something like that. So it's putting not only their lives in danger, but in a situation like this one, like you said, the people on the other side of the road.
Yeah, it's very, again, I try to imagine myself if I were in traffic, not watching it on television. Yeah, sure, it's entertaining on television. And I think it's human nature to be fascinated by that. But I don't think the TV stations are doing any good as far as catching criminals. I don't think they're helping at all.
Tom, and I can prove this because I was actually driving back on PCH, and the lady passed me, and I kind of kept up just in case she got into a car accident because I'm a corpsman with the Navy, so I wanted to be able to kind of help out if I came up to it. But where they put the spike strip, it was behind a wall, and it was kind of where the PCH kind of funnels in. So for one, she couldn't see the officer behind this wall there where he was putting the spike strip, so she would have never known if she hadn't heard it. And two, since it funneled, again, there's really nowhere for any of the cars to go if there was somebody there when she was coming down that way. So
pretty outrageous stuff, and I'm really troubled by it. Did you hear the story today about the two people on the Santa Monica freeway who got killed?
I did, Tom. That's again, it's just outrageous.
Now, it's really pissing me off now. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Jonathan on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hello, Father.
Hello, son.
Hi. I'm so glad you're talking about the pursuits on today. Actually, I don't know if you saw that pursuit that went on in Sylmar yesterday.
I did not.
Well, there was a pursuit going on yesterday that started from Santa Clarita, ended up in Sylmar. My dad actually crashed into another vehicle. The other vehicle was driving. He was on his way home.
Unbelievable. How badly was he hurt? Was he hurt?
Well, yeah. I mean, luckily there's a body shop right in the corner. They got him out of the car. The guy fled. My dad's just banged up, took him to the hospital, checked him out, make sure everything's okay. I mean, they let him out that night. But, I mean, people going on, it's entertaining, but, it's not entertaining when it, happens, to you or, someone you love,
No doubt about that, Jonathan. Thank you for that. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Rob on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Yeah, I just want to tell you how dangerous this kind of stuff can be. Using the Iraq-Afghanistan example, you may not know it, but we had certain three-letter intelligence agencies who were monitoring everything Osama bin Laden was saying on his cell phone, and then some idiot reporter wanted to grab fame and glory by scooping the fact that that's what the U.S. was doing. And while he was airing his report that that's how we were tracking him, he switched off his cell phone, has never used a cell phone again, and we never found him as a result. So that's how serious this stuff is.
Well, I've never heard that story before, but it is serious. And again, all of us not only watch television, we also drive on the freeway. And as much fun as it may be to watch other people swerving to avoid a chase, how would you like to be the people swerving?
Oh, sure.
Or getting
sure.
plowed into?
Yeah, no doubt. But this just shows that when you reveal and compromise tactics, you're not just getting entertainment, you're compromising lives.
Oh, I think you're right about that. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hi to Bob, another Bob on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Okay, Tom, I'm here to set you straight on this. I've been 10 years as a broadcast journalist, a lot of different markets, local news, Cincinnati, St. Louis. There are many reasons the local news shows these chases. Not the least of which is the fact that this is an immediate, legitimate public safety and health concern. We would no sooner not show a high-speed chase down the PCH, then we would not report a chemical spill that endangered 1,000 homes in a certain area.
So if you knew, let me ask you a question. If you knew where Osama bin Laden was, would you show it?
Well, now, that's an extreme example, but let's use something more.
I think it's a good one. I think the last person brought up Osama bin Laden. I think it's a good example. If you knew where Osama bin Laden was, would you put that onto live television?
Well, again, the important thing to keep in mind is that
you don't want to answer that question.
No, I want to tell you the big picture, which is there are journalistic ethics. The reason the news and the public press is here, it's protected by the U.S. Constitution. Our job is to report the facts. We are not on anyone's side in a high-speed police chase. You keep asking, how is the media helping the police? They're not helping the police. Newsflash, Tom, it is not our job to help the police. We are reporting the facts. Now, the stop...
Regardless of how dangerous it gets.
Well, yes, absolutely.
So you couldn't care less. Even if you make it more dangerous by showing it, you don't care. Just make sure everybody knows where you're coming from here.
Do you know what the alternative is, Tom? It's called censorship.
We're not talking about censorship. I'm not suggesting that the police be able to censor the media. I'm not suggesting that the government be able to censor the media. I'm suggesting self-censorship. And I'm not suggesting this stuff never be shown. I'm suggesting that you show it in edited form when the chase has been concluded. Or you show the whole chase if you want to when it's concluded.
Okay, so you don't think it's a legitimate, immediate public safety concern?
I do not think, but put it this way, when I'm in my car, I'm not watching television. So it does me absolutely no good to know that Channel 7 is covering a car chase. Absolutely no good at all.
Did you not listen to your previous caller? Her name was Rosie, Tom. She just said she watched it on TV. She knew where her husband was. She called him. He got off the highway.
They could have just as easily announced the information without showing it.
What are you talking about?
They could have said there's a car chase on PCH. It's heading north of Malibu. You might want to avoid that area. They could do that.
Okay, and but when they show the chase, she knows exactly where that car is. She can call. Dude, when I heard about it on the news and I heard about it on your show, I texted all my friends and said, "Hey, dude, crazy police chase up and down the PCH." That's what people do. I guarantee you there were thousands of cell phone calls and text messages going out from loved ones who are at home watching this on TV saying, "Hey, essentially, there's an immediate public safety threat. Get out of that area, get off the road, park, and go grab a bite to eat while this thing's concluded. Get out of there." You do not have a train car derails and spills toxic gas where you don't wait till the 11 o'clock news and show the highlights.
No one is suggesting that you do that. Not showing that is not going to save lives. It's not going to make it. Not showing that is not going to save lives. It's a double negative. What I'm saying is,
that's ridiculous.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. If you showed that, you don't have a criminal trying to get away. You don't have by the way, if you take somebody's car, you are a criminal. I know you're innocent until proven guilty, but guess what? That person has stolen, in this case, a van, and they're driving away, and they're supposed to pull over when the police come after them. That's it.
What issue are we talking about here? The news media's job is not to help the police catch criminals. That is not even in their job description, never has been.
Yeah, well, look, if you even think this is news media, by the way, television broadcast shows called America's Most Wanted and things like that, television tries to give us the impression that somehow they want to help the police catch criminals. You put Amber Alerts on television, you do all kinds of things to help the police. Don't tell me that you don't at least try to convey that idea to the public that you're trying to help catch criminals. That's just a big lie.
That is not the news media's job.
Why do you tell us about Amber Alerts?
Because that's a fact. Listen, dude. Do you not really?
But why is it your job to help the police?
Do you really not understand?
Why is it your job to help the police in that case?
It is not. It is our job to report the facts. The fact is this little girl has been abducted by someone. We are reporting that. That is a fact. The fact is the police are looking for her. Right. That is a fact. We are not out there calling the police, "Hey, how can we help you catch this guy?"
But of course,
you see the difference?
But that's why you put it on, because as you know, and we're not stupid, and the public is not stupid either, as stupid as you think we are, the fact is that the TV station tries to convey all kinds of things about how helpful they are and how the two anchor people are actually reporters out there digging for stories, and you've got undercover people like Joel Grover going into Easy Lube trying to catch people. I mean, you can't tell me that the news isn't trying to convey the message that they're out there putting bad guys in jail. I've actually heard on Channel 4 here in L.A., I've actually heard the sound of the clank of a jail cell, saying that Channel 4 takes the story all the way and they follow it all the way to its conclusion. You can't tell me that the TV station isn't trying to make us think that you're out there helping catch bad guys. You can't say that. It's a lie.
No, you've completely confused your facts. Now,
no, I haven't.
Wanted,
no, I haven't.
The news. America's Most Wanted is not the news, pal.
But it is the media.
That's an entertainment show.
It is the media.
Network.
It is the media. And you can't... Are you trying to tell me that newscasts on television aren't just more entertainment programming? Do you really apply the word journalists to the average hairsprayed moron that works on a TV newscast? Is that what you're saying?
Dude, ad hominem attacks. Let's stick to the issue.
No, that's a fact.
I'm not going to sit here and let you just badmouth the media.
Why not?
Do that. I don't care. I'm just telling you what journalism is. Journalism is reporting the facts. When there's an Amber Alert, they report the facts. You
can't call the average local news program journalism. You can't. It isn't.
Says you?
What do you know about says most people.
What's your journalism
says
background?
Most people. I don't have to have a background. I don't have to kill anybody to be an expert when somebody commits murder.
Criticize things you don't know about.
Oh, yes. Well, that's what you folks do all the time. Hang on a second here.
The facts,
oh, yes, you report the facts. All you do is report the facts. Angela, what did you want to say to Bob?
Dude, you need to get yourself in check because Tom is totally right. You're not even listening to what he's saying. And furthermore, like he was saying, is it, the media's responsibility to report facts? Well, go back to this spike strip. I mean, was it really necessary for us to know that there was a spike strip? No. I mean, you're an a-hole, dude. Seriously.
All right, Angela, Bob, thank you so much.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show from Hollywood. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Well, this is quite a wild conversation about the news media and whether it's their job to help the police catch criminals. Craig on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
Doing great.
Second time, long time.
Thank you.
The guy you had on earlier that was the broadcaster for the last 10 years that was trying to school you on how the media worked.
Right.
How come after every news story, when there's a murder or a rape or a child abduction, they always say, oh, if you have any information on this case, please contact this police department or please contact our station and we'll contact the police department if it's not their job to help the police department.
Yes. Well, I want to know why, if they're not helping the police department, does Channel 4 in L.A. have a promo talking about Joel Grover, their investigative reporter, and the other, what do they call it, the I-team, or whatever they call it over there, and they say that they take the story all the way. They don't just report on it, they follow up. And they follow up, and then how far do they follow up? You hear the sound of a jail cell clanking shut.
Right. Right.
Now, you can't tell me that TV stations don't pretend to be some kind of ombudsman to help the police department.
No, I agree with you, Tom. You schooled that boy good. Can you take me out Kobe style?
Sure I can, Craig. Here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. It beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Alan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. It wasn't it about a year and a half ago, a police chase in Phoenix that caused like 2 news helicopters to crash and everybody died?
There were a couple of helicopters that were covering the same story. Yeah. And it would be tasteless to play that back for you so you would hear what that sounded like.
This may be the end of this thing.
Well, he's taken off running.
Okay, now it's a foot chase.
Okay, now he's jumped into another vehicle.
Okay.
All right, they're closing in. Looks like they've...
Oh, jeez.
We're going to pull out. We don't know what has just happened right there.
Yeah. You could hear the guy screaming in the background.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. Another thing, apparently I was watching Channel 7 while it was going on, and somebody who was in their car right next to the truck got a camera shot on their camera phone and sent it into the news station of the woman driving that truck. I thought, that's pretty amazing. So,
why not just send that to the police? Why is it necessary to put that on television? How is that going to solve anything?
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Let the police say, help us out. Could you put this on TV? And the TV station can decide if they want to be helpful.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, can you take me out? Don't tase me, bro.
Yes, Alan, I certainly can. Here you go.
Thanks.
Get off me! Get off me! Get the off me, man! I didn't do anything! Don't tase me, bro! Don't tase me! I didn't do anything! Ow! 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 Ow!
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Our thanks to Kevin and Bean for their plug over there. I enjoyed that. Always good to have new listeners coming on over and sampling our product here. We appreciate it. Let's say hello here to Matthew on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Going great.
Hey, I just wanted to call in. When you're driving down the road and you're in a police pursuit, you can see the cop down the road holding the string attached to the spike strip when you drive over the spike strip.
I don't think that was necessarily true in this case. If you saw where that strip was located, it was on a windy stretch of Pacific Coast Highway up around Point Wanimi, where it isn't necessarily so easy to see anything on the side of the road.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that part of the chase. Maybe that was why. But, for the most part, you can't blame all of that on the media.
I'm not blaming all of it on the media, just the part that I heard. I heard somebody say, coming up on the spike strip now.
Oh, I see. Hey, Tom, I love your show, man. I've actually been listening for about 8 months now. It changed my life. Thank you.
I love that. Thank you. Appreciate the call. Our email address is my name. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com. If you got that, tom@blowmeuptom.com. Don't forget the Saturday edition of the Tom Leykis Show. It's coming up Saturday from 2 until 6 p.m. right here.
The Tom Leykis Show.